All right. Hello and welcome to Dan Mo's AI School. And today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn. So I know I recently posted this on LinkedIn that I don't know. So the genesis of the idea of why I did this or why the idea of having this was not that long ago. I was on a call with someone and they were an expert in LinkedIn and automated outreach with LinkedIn. And that gave me the idea of like, ooh, I haven't really touched my LinkedIn profile in a while. And they kind of started calling a couple of people out on it. And I definitely agree that I haven't done anything with LinkedIn. So being part of this was actually during the 30 days of AI from 100 school. Now, this isn't directly related. It was just around the same time frame because I was posting every day on LinkedIn that I was like, okay, I need to update my LinkedIn profile. So then I went in there and I changed like my job title and did a couple little things. And it's like, that's not really updating your profile. That's just creating a couple extra things and it's not really changing everything. So I really thought about that and I used the thought process from the 30 days of AI of specifically learning to work with AI instead of just using AI, but actually working with AI to help you do what you want to do and help you achieve the goals and use it as a strategic thinking partner. Instead of saying, do this, like, how can you think together with it? So that was the genesis of this idea. And then I started doing a little bit of research on that. And then that made me think like, well, wait a minute. If I can't be the only one that needs an update on their LinkedIn. So I just asked a few people, and yeah, a lot of people don't have or haven't updated their LinkedIn in the last year, 2 years, sometimes 3 years. So I thought that this might be a good training to have, and let everybody know like the research that I've done to figure out, hey, what are some good prompts? What are some ways that we could work with AI to increase our LinkedIn profile and really just kind of upscale it a little bit. Brandings change, people change, things change all the time. So figured this would be a good step. And thank you all for joining live. And if you're watching later on, hi from the past, I guess. I don't know. Cool. Well, any questions before we get started? What are your guys' thoughts? Like, I'd love to know why you decided to show up today, since you guys are here. What are you looking to get out of this?
I'll jump in. I've actually done some work, quite a bit of work on freshening up my LinkedIn profile page, and I have leaned into AI to help with that.
Hmm.
So I'm in that frame of mind. This was good timing for the topic to come up, and I'm here today just to see if I can pick up some new pointers, or even freshen it up in some areas that I overlooked.
Awesome. Well, since you're recent on this, and obviously I'm only one person, and part of this is I love like working together and how we can work together. So as we go through this, Frank, if you have tips or anything that you want to say, please don't hesitate to interrupt me. Stop and talk. Like I don't want this to be like me, like learn from me. I'm the expert because I am not the expert. All right. I'm just here, learning along with you guys. So if you've been doing some stuff, please throw in tips. Like this is good for everyone. And that's why I want to do this live is so we can all learn from each other, just like the 30 days of AI when we did that live. All
Yeah,
right.
so Dan,
Yeah, Carol.
one
Yeah.
one of the things that I did, and I've kind of fallen off the 30-day wagon, got back on it yesterday, but I actually took my resume and my LinkedIn profile and just basically ask in a prompt, what does this tell you about me? What is my LinkedIn profile and what is my resume really? What would people take away from these two things that I'm providing? I'm in the process of trying to find my next adventure, what the position is going to be, right? So
Mhm.
I'm very interested in making sure that my message is clear as I'm working through that. So any opportunity to hear what tips you have, that would be awesome.
Okay. Awesome. Great. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Anything?
Um, I'm changing my I'm updating my LinkedIn profile because I am by thought to change position,
Mm-hmm.
and I was need to change the role from like okay to be a bit more senior, and actually I completed already and did it blockwise. So step by step, position for position, and did it with Gemini.
Okay, Gemini. Yep.
And the base was I put my resume, old resume, and actually I was it was not so good the result.
Mhm.
Therefore, I recorded with audio just all about my life, my professional life, and asked Gemini to analyze what is important for the positions, for the roles uh, I aiming now, and actually it was good. Suggestion were good, I would say.
Okay.
But what I'm missing a framework maybe can be more structured, more optimized.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, and we're all here to learn together. And Kylie, anything that you would like to say? It's very early in the morning in Australia. I think it's like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. maybe. So thank Kylie for joining. Her and I were actually in Fiji together about a week ago, learning from Atena Pegler and James Ooze and a couple amazing smart people. So love to, Kylie, you have anything you want to say, or are you just still waking up?
Kind of still waking up, but here listening, learning.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. All right, cool. Well, yeah, well, we can get started unless Joe, you have anything you want to say? If not, no big deal. All good. On mute. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, thank you all again for attending. And yeah, let's hop in. So let's get going. So I'm gonna share my screen. So, well, actually, before I share my screen real quick, does anybody want to do this themselves? Like, do you want me to do your LinkedIn profile, or do you want to share your screen and we could talk through doing this, or do you want me to update mine? Which would you guys prefer? Does somebody want to volunteer and do it, and I can coach them through what the research that I've done, or you just want me to do it myself?
Do it yourself.
Do it myself. Okay. All right, that's fine. No problem. All right, so let's start here. So there we go. Okay. I'm gonna pop this up here. So I'm gonna look like I'm looking up to the right all the time. All right. Nope, here we go. We got one more person coming. And if you do see somebody here, I just saw that somebody was here. So if I do miss somebody, let me know. All right. Hello, Mr. Mark Ruse.
Hello, sorry for my tardiness.
Yeah, it's your fault. All right.
Here I am.
Okay, more people are hopping in. All right. Well, we just went over the whole intro and everything, and we're just getting started, so it's all good. So you can watch the front few minutes later if you want, or not at all, either way.
Got it.
Cool. All right. So yeah, so I know we're gonna go our LinkedIn profile. So one of the things that I did learn when I was in Fiji is about the personal branding and who you look like and who you operate and how you look on LinkedIn, especially in a professional context, is pretty important. So the first thing I wanted to do is, and I haven't done this since before Fiji because I was waiting specifically for this call to do this, is I wanted to see what my personal brand looked like. So go on Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever it was. So act as if somebody was interested in your service or your product, or, hey, this person posted some content or they did something, who are they? I've never heard of them before. So, hey, maybe I might be interested in something that they offer. But nowadays, people are going directly to AI, whether it be Gemini, ChatGPT, any of the thousand AI solutions that are out there. But people aren't really looking at resumes much anymore. So it's all about your personal brand and who you are. So, and part of this is actually how are we going to increase our personal brand by, optimizing our LinkedIn. So if I was a prospect, I would probably come to something like Gemini and say, who is Dan Mowinski? And I have not done this in quite some time. So this is going to be new for all of us together. So I'm going to see what this looks like and then see if my LinkedIn even shows up. Like what's happening on here. So it looks like we got more people coming in. All right, so this is Gemini. So this is one of the newer Geminis and a freelance B2B writer and AI consultant based in Colorado. So this is interesting because this is half correct. There is another Dan Mowinski from Manchester. I'm friends with him on Facebook. I haven't actually talked to him personally yet, but I probably should. But some of this is right and some of this is not right. So this is interesting. Okay. So what happens when somebody Googles or ChatGPTs or Gemini's you? Wonder what shows up. So I might have to look into this and see what I can do because yeah, this makes it look a little weird. All right. Okay. So just thinking about your personal branding and what it looks like when somebody researches you online and what you do about it. All right. Cool. So now we got that behind us. Yeah, this is weird. PandaDoc. I know these companies. I haven't worked there. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the LinkedIn. So before we actually jump in real fast, when this is done, so when this is all taken care of, I am going to post it directly to my school community. And there's 10 different prompts that we're going to be going over. I will also post those in here. So inside my community, once you log in, you can just go to the classroom. And in the classroom, we have the master classes. So this is where all the ones that we've done in the past, where I did Atlas, Divya did Comet, AI agents, and custom GPTs and gems. So it'll just be listed right here as well. So if you ever want to hop in there, and then any other trainings or things that we have coming up are going to be here. I do have to plug this one real fast. If you guys are interested in SEO or more specifically AI SEO or AEO, there's so many different terms. Me and somebody from my network, Tiago, are going to be doing this together. He is a master. He made his website awesome with AEO. So just going to plug that for 2 seconds, and then we'll move on over to LinkedIn. All right, cool. So thank you for that. And then moving this over. Okay, so let's get started actually optimizing our LinkedIn. So the first thing that we looked at, or is there any questions before we actually get in and get started? Because obviously we're looking at my LinkedIn profile right now. So anybody that just joined, I know like 5 or 6 people just joined. Anybody have any questions about what we're doing before we get started?
One quick question. Do you think it makes any sense to do a search on more than just like GPT or Gemini? Like, should you do it across several just to see the comparison of what it brings back?
Yeah, that would be a good idea, obviously, because everything is different. I just didn't want to waste too much time on
Sure.
that. Because yeah, we're here for LinkedIn. I just wanted to show that like the personal brand and that's what people are looking for nowadays. Like people are looking online, and I'm sure ChatGPT would give me something different than Gemini, which give me something different than Meta, but what they're using. So yeah, absolutely. But that's who you are and that's your branding. So if people don't know me, they go in, it's like, oh, he's from UK, he does blog posts. It's like, no, that's not me. It's another Dan Mowinski, but that's all right. We'll figure that one out. All right. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for the question. All right, cool. So 10 different things. So 10 different prompts, and we'll see if we can get to all of them. So I'm actually going to be doing this live right now with my LinkedIn. So I suggest that you do this live as well, if you want, right now. So first thing, so let's hear the first one. So when people do look at your LinkedIn profile, obviously this isn't my, yeah, I'm sorry, this is mine. But people look at the headline. So probably one of the first things that they do look at is specifically the headline, and that's the hook, that's the attention grabber. So if they see it, if they don't like what they see, then they're probably going to move on. If they do like what they see in that first couple sentences or that hook, then they'll hit the more button. So then they can see a little bit more about you. Now, my LinkedIn, like I said, has not been updated in quite some time. So mine's probably going to be a little bit older. So these suggestions are going to be right on point. All right. So
Hey,
let's hit the
Hey,
first.
Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, sorry for jumping in.
No, not at
Um,
all.
uh, and this may not be necessary, but since this is a classroom environment, you
Mhm.
might want to point out what you mean by headline, exactly
Ah,
where that is.
yep. Yep. Absolutely. Thank you. So the headline is the first thing that is right underneath your name. So that's the headline. So that's the main thing. So when people do look at your profile, usually if this is a little bit longer, mine's kind of shorter and like this. So there could be a lot more information. So the first thing that they see will determine, and this is usually in about a half of a second to 1 second, that'll determine if they want to continue looking at your profile. So the images that you have, I represent Boulder. So, just out here in Colorado, right outside of Denver. So I like this. I've had this for a long time. And then this image is actually pretty old. I would say at least 5 years old of me. I just one of the only images that I had that was like decent quality, like this before AI came out. So that's why this is a little bit older. But this is the headline, what's highlighted right now. All right.
And and if you're going to kick me off the call, and that's okay. Um, For, it's really tempting for people to put their job title into the headline. Is that where you were headed?
Um, well, actually, I think this is probably a bad idea based off of some of the branding and some of the marketing
Yeah,
things that I learned when I was in Fiji.
yeah,
So this is very like timely for this, is that having a job title is not the best thing to have on your headline, especially on
right.
something like we did a lot of branding on YouTube, talked a lot about YouTube, talked a lot about LinkedIn as well as far as branding. We didn't specifically go into LinkedIn. Instagram. I meant Instagram. I don't know if I said that. Instagram. We didn't specifically go into LinkedIn, but the things that they talked about was very on point, and not having your job title is was on the list of things to do. I get not to do. Not having a job title is important. So
Yep.
I am looking forward to changing that because I did see this and I was like, oh, okay, that's not right. I'm glad that I'm glad that we're doing this class.
Yeah, and the school of thought, I think, is that this is an area, the header or heading is where you want to put in the words that are associated with how you want people to think of you. When they think of Dan Nowinski, what do they think of? It might be a certified AI consultant. It might be all these things you have listed there, but it's not necessarily your job title. There's space for that below, so you don't want to burn up the space here just listing a job title.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for reinforcing. And yes, that's why we're doing it, is my LinkedIn profile is not great. So that's why I wanted to set this up. All right. Cool. So let's go from here. So the first prompt is specifically around that headline. So we want to have a strong headline, as I mentioned, this is the most important thing. So with having that strong headline, so where is, let me pop this up. So there's two different platforms. I can either use Gemini or use ChatGPT. For this, I'm going to use ChatGPT. So I know I did the masterclass on this, specifically Atlas, which is ChatGPT's browser. I use this quite a bit. Like this ask, and I do like this better than the Gemini. So I know Gemini just came out with this option. So if you hit Gemini up here, it looks like it's very similar. So like it looks at the screen and everything, but I really like ChatGPT's version of this a lot better. I think it has much better context than Gemini's. It's supposedly the same thing, but I'm not 100% on that. Okay. All right. So the first prompt that we're doing is we want to write a strong headline. So that's the first thing that we want to look at. So let's take a look at this. So first thing is create a LinkedIn headline. So it is looking at the selected text, but if I wanted to, so I'm actually going to stop this and it's going to look at the entire page if I set it up this way. So I could just talk to that text, but we're going to do everything. So from here, I wanted to create a LinkedIn headline that highlights my expertise in the field and then the key skills, like what my key skills are, and my goal to whatever my objective is. So what is my main goal? What am I trying to do this next year? What's my role? What does that look like? Like, what do I want to achieve? And then here are the highlights that can help me achieve that goal, or at least let people know that that's what I'm doing. So for me, I'm going to do here, and then, I'll actually post this in the chat as well. So if you want to do this. All right. So I just posted it in the chat if you want to copy it and follow along. So that highlights my expertise in, let's just say, AI and automation. Let's just go with that. Key skills like, let's see here, can be some key skills. This is where we can see here. All right. So key skills like AI education. I don't know. Maybe spelling is not one of those. Education, automation, marketing, maybe sales. I don't know. We'll just go with a couple. And goal two, so career objective. So I made a pretty bold goal when I was in Fiji. I was in a podcast. I was interviewed by Tina Pegler, and she interviewed me and she kind of called me out of what I wanted to achieve with my business next year. And I didn't think very long, but I said I was going to help 500 small businesses. And she was like, okay, like good luck with that. So we'll put it in here, but I think it can happen if you just put your mind to it. So 500 small to medium size businesses with AI implementation. And I don't know when that podcast is going to be live, but as soon as that does goes live, I'll make sure you guys know about it in the community. All right.
You
And
got to
then
get
let's see.
aggressive in your goals, Dan. 500 clients by Christmas 2025.
Well, 2025, yeah. Okay, I don't know if I can do 500 clients in, like 12 days. Maybe, but I don't know if I have that kind of time. Okay. All right. So let's see what I came up with. But yes, I do think bold goals are important, Mark. Absolutely. Right. So a few strong options, each with slightly different angles. So we can do A/B test. All right. So clear, confident. So AI and automation consultant, helping SMBs use AI for marketing, sales, and operations on a mission to power up 500 businesses with practical AI. That one looks pretty good. More education forward and human sounding probably. AI educator and automation strategist, turning AI into real marketing, sales, and growth systems. 500 businesses powered up and counting. This one seems like I already got 500 businesses, which that would be great if this was at the end of 2026. But we're not quite there yet. I could change that verbiage, of course. All right, slightly bolder, outcome driven, help small and mid-sized businesses win with AI automation, marketing and sales, mission. Okay, I like this mission 500 SMBs using AI the smart way. I kind of like that, just this section specifically, or thought leader positioning, AI and automation for SMBs, educating teams, one system at a time. It's all right. Founder, Power Up AI, marketing. Yeah, so here, this is the job title one. So personal brand that you were talking about, Frank. So the job title kind of and how to make this even stronger. Once they're live, use your about section. Okay, so it's giving me tips. So my ChatGPT has been programmed to give me tips. Like that's just how I'm set up, is to like help me a little bit more after it answers. So that's custom. A smarter next evolution, specific audience. Okay. All right. So what do you guys think? What do you like? I kind of have an idea. So what are your thoughts?
It's a lot to digest.
It is. Is anybody else doing this live right now? Did you do this with your LinkedIn profile? We don't have to go into yours in detail. I'm just wondering if anybody else is doing this. If you got
Uh,
any decent
Mine
answers.
is similar,
Hmm.
similar to this, but I noticed that I went over on the character limit, and
Hmm.
so I had to tweak some things. I'm just curious if this knows the character limit for LinkedIn and doesn't overdo it. I don't know the answer to that. I'm just throwing that out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I don't know, and we'll find out. We'll find out when I try to add it
You
in. All
you
right.
can act
So,
and you can actually put that in your prompt.
yep.
Is comply with LinkedIn's character
Yeah, I do that a
limitation.
lot on posts that I know that I'm going to put on LinkedIn where I'm getting some ideas. I always tell it, make it X amount of characters so I don't
Yeah,
have to worry about deleting as much stuff.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So one of the things that I really like about AI, and I know I talk a lot about the AI sandwich, is having that human in the loop and then using AI. So when you ask AI questions, and I love the options, like that's one of the things that I use more than anything. It's like when I'm thinking of idea, give me 5 options or give me 10 options. And that's probably why it did this, is because I do that all the time. So usually I don't take an option that it gives me. I take a little bit from option two, maybe a little bit from option three, and then something from option eight that it didn't even tell me that my brain thought of. So
Right.
using AI, like, mix and match what you want. Don't take what it says. Like that's what the average people do, because
Mhm.
that's the average answers. Is like this is an average answer, like 5 average answers. Because that's just how AI works on the back end. So use your brain and your thought and your creativity behind it. And that's what I feel like that's how you can get the real good answers, from the prompts that you do give it. Okay, so marketing and sales growth, I like this one. I do like this for mission. 500 SMBs using AI the smart way. So I did like that. Building AI powered systems. No, what think there's with 500 businesses. So what do you guys think? You're right here. So I like this one. So mission 500 SMBs using AI or helping 500 businesses work smarter with AI. What do you guys think?
I like the mission one.
The mission one, or
Agreed.
maybe mission 500.
Just in the sales arena, because I'm in the trenches all day long, the latest consensus on using the word helping is kind of becoming passé.
Hmm.
Yes.
Works. You know what? I'm actually going to take a little bit of both of these. So I like the beginning. I like mission. 500 SMBs using AI, or 500 SMBs using AI to, no. Okay, I'll mix this. 500 SMBs. Mm, yeah, helping 500. Okay, I can't figure out a way to do that, to make that work. 500 SMB. Yeah, bees. Helping. Yeah, I definitely don't like the helping part. I agree with that. So let's just do 500 SMBs using AI the smart way. Let's just go with that. We're using AI the appropriate. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I like those. Now add an emoji in front of each. In front of each, and make it LinkedIn compliant. And again, it's not, spelling is not on my list of things that I do well. Okay, all right, so here we go. AI educator and automation strategist, turning AI into real marketing mission. Okay, so it looks like you got this. So the brain, so like just different ones. Why it works on LinkedIn. Small pro move for later. Okay, yeah, gym, something tighter. Yeah, and I could change that down. So I am going to be changing my niche here a little bit very soon. Okay, but I do like this one overall. So we're going to go with that. And I know they have something here, so go with that. And we want to have a different line for each. And you want to have an emoji in front of this. And even if you're not really into emojis, it's eye-catching. It makes people want to read a little bit more. There's been studies behind it. So, okay. So there we go. So 3 main bullet points. Let's save that. Okay. All right. So why this works well on LinkedIn, small proof for later. All right. So a little bit different on that side. Would like to maybe move that so it's 3 different sections, but we can move on from that. We're only on prompt 1 and we're halfway through already the time that we have today. And I do have a hard stop, so we do have to stop on time. All right, cool. So next option here. So we'll move on to option number 2 or prompt number 2. So I'm going to throw this in the chat so everybody can copy it. Did anybody else follow along? All right.
I'm tweaking a few things as we go here.
Okay. All right. Beth, I just saw your chat, Beth. Thank you. Yeah, happy to help out. And thank you for helping me move move my goal towards that 500. There's definitely no way I'm going to do that by myself. I'll be very clear on that one. I'm going to definitely need some help. So thank you, Beth, and we can talk later about it. I do appreciate it. All right. So this prompt, the next one is the about section. So we're going to so optimize the about section is the next thing that we're looking at. So I'm just going to remove this. So now I'm just going to keep the same chat here so it knows and just knows everything about me. So it has all that context that it knows what I'm looking to do. So now I want to write a professional and engaging about section for LinkedIn. So we can do AI consultant. Okay. This is embarrassing almost. This is live too. Okay. All right. With experience in industry. So let's just say with experience in, let's just say wellness. And oh man, what other wellness? And let's just go AI automation, education, EDU, education and automation. I want to sound confident, clear, and career focused. All right. Now let's see what comes up in the About section. So right now, if we see, so this is my About section currently, which I did update this. Yeah, it looks like this was about a year ago when I started my business consultancy. So dad of three, yeah, okay. Living most days with coffee, chaos, and a little gratitude. Oh, we have more people coming in. You guys got to tell me if somebody's coming in. I can't see it all the time. All right. I care deeply about people, growth, progress. Okay. Outside of my work, I'm hiking, reading new tech ideas. Okay. Yeah. So this is definitely the about me, but it's kind of about me as a person, not like what I do or what I can set up. So let's look and see what AI came up with. All right. So now it's your turn. Below is a position LinkedIn ready. All right. I help small and medium-sized businesses. Bleh, blah. We're not going to use that. We're going to change that. All right. Turn AI into practical revenue supporting systems. As an AI consultant and educator, I like that part. I work at the intersection of AI, automation, and sales with a strong focus in wellness and fitness space. True. My background gives me a rare advantage. I understand both the human side of wellness and the technical side of AI, which allows me to translate complex tools into simple, usable workflows, which I think is true. And then most owners' business need more software. They need clarity. Okay, so going a little bit of that. My work centers on so more about me and what I'm doing. Like as a LinkedIn, that this isn't my personal profile. This isn't my Facebook. Having branding differently based off of what it is. So LinkedIn is my professional. I don't need to really necessarily talk about my kids here. Not that it's bad to do that, but I don't think this is the right medium to go over, talking about my three kids who is literally one of them is screaming right now. Can you guys hear that? One of
No,
them.
you're good. You're
Okay.
good.
All right, good. He's screaming right now. Oh, fun times. Young kids are fun. Okay. I believe AI, my long-term mission if you are a business owner operator. Okay, and then optional. All right. So what I'm going to do, so I am not, and I'm all again advocate of the AI sandwich. I'm not going to take this and post it and say this is good to go, this is perfect. But just for time wise, I am going to optimize this a little bit later. But I'm going to take this, I'm going to edit a few small things that I definitely don't like. Like the first one, I help small and medium-sized businesses. I don't like that at all. So when I'm using ChatGPT or when I'm using anything, like if it gives me something like, a long piece of text that I need to make edits, I don't know how you guys do this, but what I do is like I have this, I say, I like this or this is okay. I give it the feedback and then I say I need to make some edits and then it changes everything around. So this is how I do it pretty much all the time that I ask for a longer piece of information or even just something as an email if there are things that I don't like that I want to make changes to. So let's just say this was pretty good. It could be better. We don't want to give ChatGPT a complex, a few edits. Okay, I do not like starting with I help small businesses. So what do you think? So should this be more of a value add or should I just tell ChatGPT I want a better hook? What do you guys think?
I think you're right in that for the sake of the lesson, you can tweak all this after the fact. It's more the principles of the different sections, how to manipulate the sections.
Mhm. Yeah. So what I would do normally if this wasn't live, what I would do is I would ask it like, hey, give me five different hooks, and then I might play around with the
Yes.
different ones, and then I do a couple additional edits on that side. Then we can
Yeah,
go.
I would do that too. I would go for experimenting with different hooks because you want this to catch someone's attention right away.
Mhm.
And think about their viewpoint from a cell phone if they're reading this on a mobile device. They're only going to see the first sentence or two. So that's where your hook needs to be really strong.
Yep.
And you need to be inside the mind of that business owner and what they're truly struggling with so they can associate what you do to their specific, like all these businesses that you're targeting have a lot of the same pain points. They're all trying to get leads. They're all trying to get new business.
Hmm.
So the more you foster that, hey, this guy's really in tune with my industry or my vertical or my specific business, the more likely they're going to relate to you. My
Yep.
personal opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. And speaking of, so hey, Frank, I don't know, Keith just joined. So Keith, if this is Keith that I know, Mr. Baker, Keith Baker, I don't know if that's you. I just see your first name. I was talking about you because we have Frank Keith on the call. So this might be the other Keith that I was talking about earlier, Frank.
Wow,
So I just saw him
small
join.
world.
Yeah, awesome. And I see Ryan's here. Ryan does some cool pictures of theme parks. Cameron, I saw his school profile. Okay, sorry. Anyway, all right. So here we go. So I like Hormozy, Alex Hormozy. If you don't know who he is and you sell anything, you should make yourself familiar with him. I'm not going to get into it. Just trust me. All right. So below is a fully written section with a sharper hook, a tighter flow, the same professional career focused tone. No fluff. That's as good. People don't have time to read. Most of the time, people just copy your about section and say, "Give me a summary of this anyway." So like just AI summarizes it. So just keep it there. All right, no gimmicks. All right, so most people don't have an AI problem, they have a clarity problem. So that would be the hook that a business would look at. So if a business is interested in me and something that I might do for them potentially, or somebody's just looking at this, when they look at my about page, they would read this. Most businesses don't have an AI problem, they have a clarity problem. So is that me? So like just like you were saying, Mark, like when they look at this, do I want to read the next line? Because that's it. Like every line is the next. So every single sentence is a hook to the next sentence to get them to
Mhm.
read more. So this one, the first thing is like, do I have, wait, hold on, most businesses don't have I don't have an AI problem. I do have a clarity problem. So like this could definitely be a good hook, and I actually kind of like it. And I like telling AI to act as Hermosi because I've learned a lot from him, and it's pretty amazing. So all right, so we're gonna move on because we still have 20 minutes. So normally I would continue to do this. I would analyze this, make sure that that's what I want, analyze this, just to make sure that's exactly what I wanted. But we're just gonna take it as is, and then we're gonna throw that in the about section. Now, something that a lot of people do, and I've seen this on newspaper articles and stuff. Oh, hi, Julian. We'll talk to Julian later. Um, so that I've seen in articles, newspapers, is that people copy things, and you can tell like they copy from ChatGPT or Gemini, and they copy and paste, and they leave the bottom. Look at this. Like, so this goes directly into what I'm saying. You're in the right place. So my profile ends right here, and then why this hook works. People just hit the copy button up here. Usually there's a copy button, and then they paste that in. So yeah, they're not using the AI sandwich. That's not great usage of AI. You're just copying and pasting, and you're not even proofreading. Come on, how much time does using AI save you? If it saves you an hour, but it takes you 15 minutes to optimize that output, you've saved 45 minutes and you have much better quality and much better output versus, saving 55 minutes, or getting 55 minutes of your time back on a 1 hour project. All right. I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right, so tools everywhere, advice is everywhere. Cool, so we got it. So my work involves this. I don't believe in AI replaces people. Okay, this is clear. Help 500. Man, I don't really like that. All right, we're gonna leave it as is, just so we can move on. So I'll optimize that later. I mean, write with AI, that might be pretty good. Has anyone else used this, the write with AI for anything on Premium? I haven't used it because I use AI personally.
It's okay, but it takes you through the same thought process and drill that you're going through anyway.
Mhm. Exactly.
You're gonna wind up putting your own flavor on it.
Hmm.
It's more convenience, like you're right there inside of LinkedIn. It's more functionality. Output is very similar though.
All right, you know what? I actually didn't copy the hook. The hook that we really liked that we talked about. I didn't copy it.
Hmm.
All right, there we go. All right. So without seeing the see more, somebody hits this. Most businesses don't have an AI problem, they have a clarity problem. Okay, I am a business. I have an AI clarity problem. It sounds like Dan might be able to help me. about the on my about page. I mean, that's kind of what I'm going for, and I think that at least the first hook is looks pretty spot on, at least in my opinion.
I agree. And
Uh,
again, thinking about it from the viewpoint of being on a mobile phone, that's
Yep.
that's perfect. Boom.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Carol asked something here real quick. I just wanted to bring up and maybe take a poll with you guys. Not an official poll. I'm not launching anything, but just so Carol asked the question about what people think about including certifications with your name. Like Dan Mowinski, not necessarily certified AI consultant, but she put in there like 6.0 SBC, RTE, which shows that she has that experience.
Mm.
But what do you guys think? Like when you're looking at businesses or when you're looking at people that you would want to work with, do you think having like those kind of certifications by their name, does that matter to you? Does it show credibility? What do you think? I mean, we have a lot of people here.
I think it does for the next 12 to 18 months until everybody has a bunch of certifications, and then it just becomes more information that I have to consume. Right now, I think it does make a difference.
Okay. All right.
That's my opinion. But it's like anything with any of this tech, we've all been through, there's this big adoption phase where everything is new, then it levels off, and then it just becomes the standard, and therefore having 50 certifications that everybody has may not be that impressive.
Okay.
Unless it's something super specific for a super specific type role where that's key to getting a job.
Yep.
Thank you.
That makes sense. Okay. All right. Awesome. Cool. So let's move on to the next prompt. So we still have about 15 minutes left. So role-based summary. I just put it in the chat if you guys want to see it. So I'll put it in here. Now I want to do a new update. Just letting ChatGPT know. Okay. Get rid of this part. They don't need to know that. Okay. So summarize my experience as so let's just do AI consultant at my company name, which as of yesterday, I haven't went public with this information, but as of yesterday, I started a brand new company with a partner and opened up our new LLC. You guys will see that coming soon. A couple pretty cool things about that. We'll keep that under wraps for now, but you're here, so. All right. So at Power Up AI in 3 to 4 bullet points using action verbs and measurable results. So let's see what comes out of this. All right, LinkedIn ready. Okay. All right, so here's LinkedIn before. Okay, so advise small and medium-sized businesses on practical AI adoption, helping owners move from AI curiosity, which I do like that because curiosity, well, maybe clarity. Okay, that was the same. It started with the C. Okay, so maybe I could use, or I would tell it to look at my about page to optimize this. That might be the first thing I would want it to kind of mix. So like have the same message in my about page with my roles and what I've done. So just a high level thought on that. Okay, helping business owners. Again, helping owners. I don't know. Okay.
Time is a
Design.
key buzzword right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So take helping and remove helping to time, because that's what an SMB, restaurateur, gym owner, whatever that small business is,
Hmm.
they know all this stuff exists. They're just too overwhelmed with running the business to try to figure it all out. And they also don't want to be hoodwinked by you know, somebody trying to sell them some whiz bang silver bullet that solves every problem they have. It's more about I'm a partner and time. Like
Hmm.
help me manage my time is what they're really after.
Yep. I agree. So again, I don't like saying helping businesses.
Expand my understanding, stuff like that. That's what they're looking for.
Mhm.
I don't I don't need to be an expert at this. I just need somebody to shoot me straight and put me on the right path.
Yeah, go into how I can help them with time savings. I don't know, time saving, increased growth, and AI clarity, and AI
Clarity is,
and being clear with AI or AI clarity.
yeah,
I like.
time and clarity. Those are good words.
Mhm. All right. All right. So we'll do one edit
At
here.
least this week.
Yeah. Next week, who knows where we're gonna go
Yeah.
next? Okay. All right. And I probably should set this up, change all this because yeah. Okay. All right. So here we go. So here's 3 to 4 more bullet points. So AI consultant, power up AI. Okay. So delivered AI education and automation strategies, the eliminated manual busy work, freeing up hours each week for owners and teams to focus on growth. Okay. Not not 100% sold on that one, but it's better than it was. All right, design and implementation AI marketing, transition complex AI tools, or translated, sorry, complex AI tools, built reputable frameworks, optional tighter. Um, mm, I'll just do one more. Add one about education and free webinars. A few people have asked me because, I've been doing these free webinars for a while now. It's like, why do you do this for free? Why do you do everything? Why are you providing all of this value? Just read Alex Hormozy. That is my answer to anyone of that question. So if you don't know who he is, he gives a lot of free advice. And I've used a lot of his free advice. So I'm literally just taking this from his playbook. Okay, which it works. All right, so well, I didn't necessarily need that to be first, but that's okay. And all right, so we're gonna move on from here because we only have about 10 minutes left, and we're only 30% of the way. So I apologize about this, but this is what happens when you're live. All right, so we'll take this and let's change up what is in here. Now, let's use one last thing. So now we'll copy that one. And you know what? I just found out I actually technically started in November of 2024. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's take this. You see how the emojis just look a little better, a little bit clearer? Okay, this format scans, but oh man, look how it transitions right into the ChatGPT language. So if somebody just copies it and doesn't pay any attention, all right, so this is what I have right now. So founded an AI consultancy. I'm practical AI. Okay, like that's what you did. Congratulations on you. Conducted speaking engagements to educate audiences on AI. Okay, great. That's what you did, but how does that benefit me? It doesn't. Like it doesn't speak to me. Assisted clients in identifying and integrating the right AI solutions. Okay, great. You assisted other people, but how does that benefit me? So all of this is about me. So I do like getting rid of this. And now let's make this a little bigger. All right. So it's clearer, easier.
Clear, easier.
Ooh,
Ooh.
okay. Delivered AI education, design and implemented AI, transition. All right. What do you guys think? You think this looks a lot better?
Yeah, visually it's a lot more
All right.
appealing.
Yeah. So there we go. Okay. Maybe it looks a little bit big, maybe a little long. So maybe that's something you can get rid of the spaces if I wanted to do that. So there's a couple things that you can obviously tweak on this side. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the last, or maybe rule number 4. Now, I am going to take all of these and post all these in the community. So all 10 options. So I have 10 different things to go over. So, and there's no way we're going to get to all those. So I'll make sure that everyone in the community gets this, so you'll have this. All right, so last one, SEO optimized profile. So actually, SEO optimized, I actually want to change this to, I want to have an AEO optimize. like I mentioned, Tuesday. So here in a couple days, we're having that AEO with my buddy Tiago. So I want to have an AEO optimized profile. What are the top 10 keywords recruiters search for in AI, education, and consultation and consulting? All right. Help me naturally include these in my profile. So now the benefit of this, so I want to call this out real fast. So the benefit of me doing this inside of Atlas, like the browser that I'm using, is that when you're not using it inside of Atlas, ChatGPT doesn't know your entire LinkedIn profile. So what this is doing is that because it's looking at the screen, so it sees everything on my screen and it sees my whole profile. So it's going to look at the entire profile versus just what you told it using AI in a different way. So this is one of the benefits of using an AI-powered browser and not necessarily, or I'm sorry, versus just using an AI tab somewhere. So you get better context on that. Okay. All right. So we're thinking about this the right way. Oh, thanks. ChatGPT is giving me a high five. Yeah, well, yeah. All right. AE optimized profiles don't read like keyword soup. They're clear thinking, and oh man, there's going to be so many good tips that we're going to get on Tuesday. Okay. Top 10 AEO keywords. These are the phrases recruiters, founders, platforms like LinkedIn search for, actually index, and weight. So if I want to increase my profile views, this is one way to do it, how to naturally embed them. So headlines, already strong, just reinforce. You already have this dialed in. So it's already hitting what I have, probably because we worked on that a few minutes ago. It covers a lot of this. About section, high impact placement. There is a light touch I can drop into my about section. So the one that we just did which rewriting. So I'm an AI consultant and educator focused on AI strategy, implementation, and business process automation for small, medium-sized businesses. Okay, so it's just throwing those additional keywords in. If I wanted to do that, I kind of don't want to do that right now. I like what we had before, and I'll optimize it a little bit later. So, but if I did change it to this, it's going to hit all of these keywords, which is going to help AI look at it, or AEO look at it. What else do we have? Experience section, AU optimization is about keyword, not repetition. So you can subtly adjust two lines. So it's telling me transition complex AI strategy and generative AI tools, yeah, into clear usable systems, lead-free AI education, AI training, and implementation webinars. Okay, so that does add a little bit more. You know what? I actually like those two.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
I
like
agree.
these two. Like it does make it a little bit more clear, and it does have those keywords. So we're just going to modify those real fast. Yeah, so just a little bit different. Touch points, touch points. Does it want to be, should this be two words? Touch points. Is one word or two words? I guess this says two words. I don't know. I don't like to get yelled at by an inanimate object.
I think it's two the way you're using it.
Yeah, I think so as well. That's why it had the red line. I think you're right. Okay. All right. So let's hear skills section. This is where recruiters specifically or explicitly, sorry, filter in these exact skill names. But they don't need to exist. Okay. All right. Those don't need pros, they need to exist. Okay. One advanced AEO move, so something that most people miss. So hey, here we go. Why we're staying till the very end. AI search engines, they increase weight with consistency, not repetition. So headline, about, expertise. All right, so that means headline, outcomes, about, expertise. Okay. You've now created a full loop that machines and humans. This position is the next evolution. Add one feature post. Okay, how I think about AI adoption. Okay, yeah. So here's AI giving me a suggestion of what to do. Okay. All right. Well, we have about 3 minutes left. So looks like we finished all the way up to the fourth option. And you know what? Did I put that fourth option? I didn't put that in the chat. I apologize. Somebody should have yelled at me about that one. Okay. All right. So I will get the rest of them, the six, out to everyone in school so you can have all of them and see it and you can optimize it yourself. And then I'll obviously post this recording as well so you can see or, anyone that didn't see. What do you guys think? Should I do the rest of them? And you want me to record it? Maybe just do like a single video of like myself just doing each one? What do you guys think? Would that bring value to you? Is that something that you would watch if I did that?
Yes, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I could just go and do it myself. I don't have to record it, but if somebody will actually watch it and if you think it'll bring value, then I can absolutely do it. So I got like one yes, two yeses.
I appreciate you just walking through the different things, and I like it when you vocalize things that I'm thinking in my head when I actually am working it through. So it's very helpful to watch the recordings and go, okay, Dan is on the same track as what I'm struggling with or whatever.
Awesome. Okay, great. And thank you. And Carol, Carol did join my community as the was first or second, either way, as a lifetime member of Danmo's AI School. So thank you, Carol. I really appreciate it. So we're in it for life together. So we're gonna learn here. So all of the updates, anything that I do in the future, any premium classes, anything that I might have. Carol is actually going to be privy to it, so that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future if the trajectory goes where I plan it to go. So congratulations, and I appreciate your faith in me and working together. So that option is no longer available right now. Maybe I'll open that up sometime in the future, but as of right now, there was just a few people. So thank you, Carol, and I do appreciate that. All right, excellent. Well, just real quick, I know everyone's probably leaving in about 1 minute, so can you just drop a one in the chat if you thought today was valuable to you? Just drop a one. If you did not think it was valuable, you don't have to drop a one, but send me a personal message. Just shoot me a DM, Slack, LinkedIn, wherever. Let me know what you did not like, and it's okay. I have thick skin. I'm doing this to help you guys and help myself. And be honest, like this is my LinkedIn profile that we're updating. So, I want to bring value. I want to make sure that I help you guys. And if there's something else that I can do, I would appreciate it if you just let me know. Like, hey, you didn't get to all 10. Next time you need to go faster. Like, tell me that. If you don't feel publicly saying that, then that's okay. Just send me a personal message. I won't get mad. It's all right. I thrive on feedback. I just started this community not that long ago, a couple months. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. And one of the things that one of my mentors told me was just ask for feedback. Like literally, you are here taking the time to meet with me and learn from me together, learn together. So I want to know what I can do to help your journey on the side. So thank you all. If anyone has to jump, go ahead and jump. I do have to jump as well. So thank you all very much for your time. I do appreciate it. And if you're watching the recording, thank you for watching the recording and actually watching. I will post everything to school pretty soon, and I'll do some short videos with the other options, the rest of the 10 for my LinkedIn profile. All right. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye.
Dan.
Bye.
Bye. Ooh.